Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Anani. Today I have my mother here with me, and it is because we are doing another video where I am taking you guys kind of around our off-grid community, because I want you guys to see kind of the systems that we have here that I will be taking to Jamaica. I have my mom here because she is actually the one that set up today's system, which is our water catchment system. So again, when I go to Jamaica, I will be doing something similar. Of course, they have different tote styles, but the idea of it will be the same. So with all that being said, let's get into today's video and let us go and look at our water catchment system.
Hey guys, welcome. So happy to see you again. Today we're going to talk about my water catchments. I want to say something beforehand about the water catchments. If you see the water catchments again, my mother just passed, so I know you all know that. We are in a state of repairing everything. So everything has kind of gotten out of hand, and I have resolved to hire people to kind of help me because I can't do it all on my own. But what you're going to see is one of the systems or another of the systems that we have installed. To me, green living or trying to get as close to off-grid or green living as you can requires 5 systems. This is one of them. So this is the water catchment, and if you notice, if Anani can come around and pardon the mess, because I have a lot to do. We have a gutter system that we are upgrading because we have to put a gutter guard on them because we're constantly having to clean them. There is a gutter there, and it goes into that black, I don't know what you call it, funnel type thing. And there is a hole at the top of this catchment, and the water, and also too, there is a couple of filtration things over the top of the water entry so that it can catch debris before it goes into the catchment. We primarily only use rainwater here. Sometimes we do go to the store and buy, I do have like a 5-gallon, sorry, someone's hunting, so you might can hear the shots, but I do have a, welcome to Texas, but mesh screen over the top there. Also too, you will notice that it's painted black. The reason why you want it painted black because you want to prevent algae. And also too, because the water, as you're using it, you don't necessarily even have to worry about stagnant water, because if it's constantly moving, like you see the pipe going into my home, we're constantly using it, so it's constantly running. If we ever have an issue, we can shock the system. We do know about the ratio of shocking that is okay for consumption. The catchment also too, the idea for the catchment is anytime I see it rains, I get excited. Because again, that's a water bill that I don't have to pay for. And the water coming, the roof is the perfect thing to be able to catch the water. Normally people can also, if you really want to get really kind of anal, excuse the way I said that, you can put what they call a first flush system on the catchment before it gets into your catchment. And what it will do is catch all of the debris off of the roof, and it will overflow and flush itself out before the catchment starts catching. Also too, you are more than welcome to put a filtration system on your catchment before you use it and before it goes into your home. If I was going to do that, I would put it probably here. Before, right after it comes out, I would put it here. Now, it may require a pump, but yes, you can do so many things with this. It's amazing how we are so used. I know people are scared to use rainwater, but you can do tests on your rainwater to make sure that it's good for consumption. We have no, we don't even have a care in the world when it comes to being in the city. especially here in America, and we use the city system with reckless abandon. And if you understand what you're drinking, and if you're understanding what you're using, it is filtered urine water, pretty much what you're using. And when you do the test compared to city water compared to rainwater, it's always going to come out cleaner. Okay, so lastly, what we're kind of going to discuss now is what you need for this system. We are using IBF, it's either IBC or IBF totes. I think that's what they're called. I know they're called totes. So this one right here is about 330 gallons. I've also seen other type of totes, the 5,000 gallon ones. And that's a whole nother story. My daughter is telling me to keep it short because I can go. The original idea, so I'm not going to go into that. If y'all want that story, make her let me tell it. So, so anyway, we're going to need the tote. We are using 4x4s because when this gets filled with water, it's tons. It's weighing a lot, and we do have to make sure that it's sturdy at least every couple of years. You can definitely use metal, and that would be good too. But 4x4s are more than enough as long as you have enough of them, and we do. Also, you're going to need the PVC pipe to go into the home. Okay, if you're wanting to wire it, our homes are what you would call they are semi-dry homes. Dry homes means that there's no water that comes in. Now, I do have water that comes into my kitchen, okay, and I can boil my water to wash dishes or whatever, boil my water for my baths. I have outs on everything. That's what I call them. So exit pipes are in my kitchen. Exit pipes are on my bathroom sink. Exit pipes are at my tub. Okay. So that way I can just put a solar shower, fill a 5-gallon bag with the solar shower to take a shower. So you need the 4x4s, you need the PVC pipe, you need the tote, and you need black spray paint because you want to paint it black. The gutters, you're going to need gutters and preferably gutter guards because every season with the fall coming, you have to clean out the leaves. So that is what you're going to need, and pipe to run into the tote. This system that we have, even though you can collect water with different types of roof structures, you'll notice here where we are in East Texas, most people have metal roofs. We have a metal roof because it's just a cleaner application. It's just, you don't have to worry about, it's just a cleaner runoff in order to fill the totes. So we do have a metal roof, but you don't necessarily have to have a metal roof. I have seen people to do it even with shingles, but I'm kind of weary of that if it's not like wood shingles or the shingles that are what do you call those, tiles, because I wouldn't want asphalt or anything like that getting into my water. But we do have a metal roof. So right now you can see that I have one up. Originally, there were 2 in this home. Now, we had an incident, and I can't, I don't know for sure. I just know it was off balance for whatever reason, and it fell. So I have extra totes. You see, I have one way over there, and I have a lot of, there's a lot of herbs that are growing. They're wild herbs, and I can't wait to get some of them. Some of these are blackberries. Some of these are These are greens that you can actually eat. This is pokeweed, but you got to know how to do it. You got to clean it a couple of times. But the point is, that one over there is going to be set up for my shower in my bathroom. And we are using what I consider gravity fed, because my goal was not to have to use, I was listening in my woods because sometimes there's deers. I didn't know if it was deer because we do have to watch out for hogs too. But the gravity fed system allows for everything to go. You see, I have it up and it's going down into where my faucet is. So I don't need a pump.
All right, guys. So now that you guys have kind of seen what our system looks like, I'm going to pass the mic to my mother because I wanted to kind of tell you guys her process, how she had to learn about all this stuff, the trial and error in it all, etc. So without further ado, Mother, take it away and please tell us the trial, the error, and the hardship it took for you to learn how to do these water catchment systems.
Yes, so I'll try to keep it brief. It was a labor of love. That's what it was. I just knew that there's a lot of things going on wrong in the world. There's a lot of things that's going right in the world with enlightenment. But I wanted to be prepared. Okay. So with the water and all other systems, again, I always talk about the 5 systems. Eventually I have a book written about it. But the water is very important. You can't live without the water. Okay. So I started studying there, and I can't remember his name. There is an African agriculturist who was big on gravity fed systems, and the importance of using your land and allowing the water to do what it does and creating burns and things of that nature, and using gravity in order to get your water. Right. So I had to study. I studied YouTube. I read books. I did everything. But back then, 10 years ago, it wasn't like it was now on YouTube. And I always think about, had I started back then, I was one of the first, and still is one of the first that is actually living solely, I don't even know how to say it, not trying to live as close to off-grid without city amenities at all. But the water was very important because I found out that rainwater is some of the best water. Some of the skin issues that we used to have, we don't have because city water here has a lot of chlorine in it. So I opted for that and figured out how to purify it. But then I found out that a lot of times the clouds actually purifies the water and ionizes the water. So it just was a labor of love, and I enjoyed learning about it. And I had to learn about height and proportions, all of those things that I didn't know that I needed to learn. But it was a challenge. But I knew someone had to do it, and it came on me to do it. It was hard, and especially when people don't see your vision. But I do think that people here now enjoy not having bills. So we still have a long way to go. We do. And I'm so glad to be back, even though I really did enjoy taking care of my mother. Rest and power to her. But there's a lot of improvements and even new things that I've learned that I really do want to upgrade. So I'm so proud of her for wanting to still take this to Jamaica. And I'm going to be so happy to visit or live there.
Okay. If you could give the watchers one tip on how to do it differently, what you would do now with your even newfound knowledge that you didn't have 10 years ago, what do you think some tips would be for people out there watching that are like, yes, I kind of want to do something similar. I want to do the research. I want to learn it too. How do I start off? What are some things that you learned now that you wish you would have known?
What I would say is there was a whole plan and mapped out thing for us to do, even not moving here until we had things fixed. But life deals a different hand, pardon me. Life deals a different hand. And, when life wants to teach you a thing, it's going to go the way it goes. The first thing I would say is do it right the first time.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you how exhausted. And even, we had to kind of rush and do certain things because, again, I'm not one to, be negative, but in my attempt to get things done because willpower was down with whatever or whomever, it was, I could only do what I could do. If I could do anything, it would be to not cut corners because it is so draining to have to go back, especially if you do not have the proper support system to, let's just say you did have a mess up, but somebody's there to have your back and fix it. If you don't have that, it's, you know, everybody gets exhausted and drained. So I do know that. So it's not blaming anybody, but it's better to do it right the first time. And sometimes people want to see you fail, you know, but I refuse to let this place fail. I refuse to put, because I think this is the model for life for everyone. If technology pollutes the earth, then it's not for the earth. We are behind how they were in Egypt on some things. And I do believe that we have not mastered technology without pollution. So we do have to get better with that. But yes, if I could do one thing, it would be to do it right the first time and not do do-overs.
What is something that you are about to improve upon with the system? Of course, you guys saw, again, we have had to kind of let a few things go. We've been dealing with our grandmother and stuff like that. So we haven't really been keeping up with the upkeep and the maintenance and the restructuring like we should have been with the water catchments. But with that being said, now we are getting back into the swing of things. So what is some things you are going to improve upon in the upcoming months in regard to the water catchment system?
Okay, so in regards to the water catchment system, it will be to insulate my pipes. What I notice is, and I'm trying to figure out why do I wait until winter to try to insulate them? And we have the same issue every year of something outside bursting if there's water in the pipes. It's a pretty good system because I have no pipes inside of the house. That was intentional because I didn't want any leaks. But when it's outside, you have to make sure they're wrapped and everything so you don't have any problems. So it would be to add more catchments. It would be to insulate my pipes. And it would be to, fix the bathrooms. Most of the bathrooms do. My bathroom, Carrington's house, which I'm going to purchase from her when she's in Jamaica, we do have the plumbing in there for all the outs, because again, I told you it's a dry home, but it's semi-dry because we do have the water in for the kitchen. But I would like to put plumbing for the shower in from the other catchment. So most of the houses, I would like to go ahead and fix the shower systems, and most of the houses do have outs. So I would like to improve on that and add more water to the house.
Yes. Yeah. And of course, we know also the respray painting of the catchments. Of course, the wood is being rebuilt. You get it, but you guys get the gist. All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you guys got some ideas. You can kind of see even how we do our water here on the land. Special thank you to my mother. She actually has a YouTube channel, Being Black Living Green. So all these things we talked about, upgrades and what she's gonna be changing and stuff like that. All of that footage will be on her channel in the upcoming months. So do go over to her channel, subscribe. I will leave the link in the description below. But with all that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you are interested in why in the world I am leaving my off-grid community and moving to Jamaica, click this video somewhere on the screen and you can find out all about that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.